Hello and welcome to Tech It Out, and this is a gaming special with a big difference because I don't think I've ever seen a gaming place like this ever before.
And there's a ton of technology happening here and all of it's been put to entertainment use. We're going to try all of this cool stuff. But before that,
let's check out what's on the show this week.
Coming up on the show today, virtual reality simulator games, the future of gaming, and a super nostalgic trip down memory lane.
Now, one of the greatest things about this place is its use of virtual reality. As you can see, we've got the Oculus Rift headsets on and we're about to experience, believe it or not, a roller coaster simulation.
and this is by far the greatest experience this place has got to offer. It's called the Finger Coaster, and it's called so because you can actually draw your very own track with your very own fingers and decide the speed, its twists, and its turns.
And it's also got a massive fan right in front of us to give us the most realistic experience possible. But man, I don't know, it can't possibly be as good as the real thing.
Well, that's only one way to find out.
Okay, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Hey, Sejal, you know what the best thing about these headsets are?
What?
I don't actually have to see your face for like the next 30 seconds.
All right.
Okay, good to go. Let's do this. Oh, wow. This is actually pretty cool. Oh! Woo! Oh, okay, I think that's that then. Okay, you know what? I stand corrected. That was actually pretty realistic. Wasn't expecting that.
That's how far virtual reality has come. And guys, this is not the only VR-based simulator here.
Yep, Sejal got that right. The Finger Coaster wasn't the only virtual reality simulator on offer. Meet the Flymax. It too relies on the Oculus Rift headset and creative mechanics to offer you the thrills of hang gliding. And just like real hang gliding, you're required to wear a safety suit that is then used to lift you up above the ground. After the setup is complete, you put on the Oculus Rift headset, which creates the illusion that you're actually in the act of hang gliding. You pass through mountains, glide over trees, and fly across a picturesque lake. Overall, it felt like the real deal, especially when you think you're about to collide into a mountain. However, it would have been great if objects and places appeared more lifelike. It would have also been interesting to see a user actually getting to control the movement while hang gliding. Another VR simulator that caught our attention was the Nitro Wheelie, which claims to be the ultimate experience for ATV enthusiasts. The driver's actions, whether it be accelerating, braking, turning, are all reflected in the virtual reality environment. There are different tracks to race on while you score points and try to beat the highest scores. It's also supported with high-end hydraulics for jumps and bumps. For the most part, the simulator does a good job of replicating the Need for Speed experience. But the VR resolution was a bit of a letdown and gave the impression you were just playing an over-glorified video game. For us, the Nitro Wheelie was more virtual and less reality.
I've had enough of virtual reality and simulators.
What are you saying? How you can never have enough of virtual reality and simulators. Are you not having fun?
I am, but I think we need to focus a little less on something that gives me less motion sickness.
Okay, so before Sejal decides to throw up on television, let's take a quick look at the top 5 gaming laptops that every gamer should consider investing in. Don't worry, zero motion sickness guaranteed with this one. Some might say that gaming and laptops rarely, if ever, go hand in hand. Well, we say to them, what the heck are you talking about? Gaming laptops are sleeker and more powerful than ever before, with many of them rivaling the best desktop gaming systems out there. First on our list is the Razer Blade Stealth. Just like the name, it's pretty cutting edge. This gaming laptop is thin and light with a gorgeous Ultra HD or 4K display, powerful Intel i7 processor and 8GB of RAM. But what makes the Stealth truly unique is the companion Razer Core, which is an external GPU enclosure that can accommodate any graphics card of your choice. This basically turns the Blade Stealth into a fully fledged gaming PC. The 128GB model will cost you $999, while the 512GB version will set you back an exorbitant $1,599. Alienware might be one of the oldest players in the pre-made PC game, but that doesn't mean they still aren't one of the best. The biggest Alienware 17 is an impressive package considering the price as well as the brand it represents. Powered by the latest Intel Core i7 6th generation processor and an NVIDIA GTX 980M GPU, the Alienware 17 is a true beast. Lenovo isn't usually known for gaming, but the Y700 looks ready for battle. It has all the hallmarks of a modern gaming laptop, with chiseled looks, black aluminium casing, red highlights, and an aggressive outline. The 15-inch laptop is big and gets the job done. With its 6th gen Intel Core i7 processor and 4GB NVIDIA GTX 960M GPU, it has more than enough firepower to play intense and heavy graphic games. Asus might be a hit and miss in the smartphone department, but it knows how to make great gaming laptops. The new Asus ROG Strix is no exception to that rule. The notebook is fierce both in looks and output. Its compact and lightweight design makes it rather user-friendly. It also packs the latest 6th gen Intel processor along with the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970M, allowing for a smooth, lag-free gaming experience. If pure muscle is what you're after, and that too without any compromises, then Origin's Eon 15X is the gaming laptop for you. It's paired with NVIDIA's GTX 10 series graphics, offers 64GB of DDR4 RAM, and runs the latest VR games at insanely fast speeds. Of course, all of this does come at a hefty price tag of $1,674. But if you're chasing the gaming notebook of your dreams, Origin will probably put you the closest to that of any other manufacturer.
Oh my god, such an awful driver. Sahil, can you please drive properly? I'm trying to kill zombies here.
Hey, I'll have you know I'm an excellent driver, okay? It's not my fault that this game doesn't have any straight roads, man.
Don't blame your awful driving skills on the game. Okay, while Sahil tries to improve his driving skills, we'll take a quick break on the show. But when we come back, we take you on a trip down memory lane. Oh!
Zombie!
Oh!
Hello and welcome back. You're watching Tech It Out, and now it's time to get a little bit nostalgic on the show, especially if you're a Super Mario fan.
That's right, Nintendo is coming back with the lovable character on iOS, and the little mushroom eater is all set to recapture our beloved childhood.
You know, Sejal, I remember when I was a kid and how I used to stay up all night long playing my chunky grey colored, that big fat Nintendo Game Boy. And the amount of joy that it brought me was just so incredible.
And I'm sure you're not the only one. Super Mario has touched so many of our hearts. And if you spent days and nights trying to capture Princess Peach just like us, then you're going to love this next story.
I loved it.
That was the only game that I was really addicted to.
It's classic.
One of the best things Nintendo has ever produced.
My favorite game is Mario.
Seminal part of my childhood.
My whole summer vacations was all about Mario.
That was a routine, you know, coming back from school, taking off the bag and playing that game.
With the keyboard and the console, and it was amazing.
Mario used to be like in everybody's, like the CD cover which we used to have. The CD was always there. Like nobody in the world would have been there who hasn't played that game.
I remember like the first time I played it, and it's like, you know, you get to level 2, and then you go in that tube that takes you like the 6th world, so you don't actually play most of the game. Kind of think about it. Yeah, no, it was excellent. Everything about it was great.
Remember those days when you would wait for school to get over so you could rush back home and help little Super Mario save Princess Peach? Do you remember the mushrooms that helped him double in size? Or the fire flower that helped him shoot fireballs? And finally, the battle with Turtle King Koopa to win Princess Peach. And the iconic theme track?
Something like that, yeah.
I love the concept of the game, and plus the challenges that you only have so limited number of lives and you have to, you know, cross every level one by one and reach to the princess.
I think the music and the way he jumped and, you know, sort of things popped and then sort of things went back to their position.
Simple graphics, great story. Going into the tunnel and you don't know where you're gonna reach.
I don't even remember like saving the princess ever. I never reached that point.
I managed to reach the big castle and there were a lot of fireworks and it was really fun to see. Actually, I waited for the fireworks.
50 times I could reach the princess.
And I'm so happy to announce today he is coming to the App Store.
If nostalgia has overcome you completely, fret not. Our very own little mushroom eater is making a comeback later this year. Rejoice, because Nintendo has already announced Super Mario's return on iOS. We can't wait!
I want it in the same avatar, but for the new generation, maybe the new avatar might be exciting, but for the 90s kid, the old is the best, old is gold.
I miss how it was, it used to be, but as far as it's user friendly and I'm easily able to play, considering that I'm digitally and gamingly handicapped, so if I'm able to play it easily, I'd love it.
The first day it gets there, it's gonna be on my phone. The graphics shouldn't be changed at all. That's the USP, man. I just want it to be that. And the way it was.
I would like to see it. I'm curious, I hope it does well, but like I'm not gonna sit there and like start the whole game, you know, from start to finish the way I used to.
I would love to, but that feel of that remote in your hand, that analog remote, that's something that cannot be replaced.
So we've spoken about virtual reality, gaming laptops and even Super Mario, but what we haven't spoken about is something very important, something that we do every day on our mobile phones to kill our boredom.
Actually, that's what I'm doing right now.
You're playing Angry Birds?
Yep.
What level are you stuck at?
Level 1.
What? I didn't hear that.
Level 1!
You're much worse than I thought. And as you try to get to level 2, you guys go and take a look at the top 5 mobile gaming apps. Seriously, level 1?
It's a hard game, dude.
Try Tetris.
I made it to level 2 in that.
First on our list is Smash Hit. Take a surreal journey through an otherworldly dimension. Move in harmony with sound and music and smash everything in your path. This experience requires focus, concentration and timing to not only travel as far as you can, but also break the beautiful glass objects that stand in your way. When it comes to racing games without an upfront price tag, Gameloft has a real winner with Asphalt 8 Airborne. It's a full-fledged racing game with over 140 official speed machines like the Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bugatti, Mercedes and Audi, and a ton of tracks to race on, and various online multiplayer modes that allow you to challenge friends, strangers and have even more fun. Color Switch saw more than 100 million downloads worldwide and became the #1 addictive game of the year. All you have to do is tap the ball carefully through each obstacle and your ball will switch color with some power-ups. You must follow the color pattern on each obstacle to cross it. Be careful to not pass through the wrong color or you'll have to start again. The more you fail, the more you want to play. Quiz Up is a free award-winning multiplayer trivia game. Here, you can challenge friends and meet new people who share your interests. The game contains a ton of categories covering everything from science to pop culture, video games to music, and everything in between. You can challenge friends on any topic for a quick, real-time match, or randomly play with other members from around the world. You can also keep track of your rank in each category to see how well you do. Shadow Fight 2 is a nail-biting mix of role-playing and classical fighting. The game lets you equip your character with countless lethal weapons and rare armor sets, and features dozens of lifelike animated martial arts techniques. Crush your enemies, humiliate demon bosses, and be the one to close the Gate of Shadows. Do you have what it takes to kick, punch, jump, and slash your way to victory? May the battle begin.
Time now to take a very quick break on the show.
But don't go anywhere because when we come back, we tell you about the top next-gen console games that every gamer should add to their collection this year. Hello and welcome back to Tech It Out, and now it's time to talk about something that I've been dying to talk about since this episode started. I'm of course talking about the future of console gaming. I'm talking about the Xbox One S, I'm talking about Project Scorpio, I'm talking about the PS4 Pro. Honestly, it's a great time to be a gamer, and I think it's safe to say that we have finally reached the golden era of gaming.
Do you think gaming is cool? Well, hold that thought. Look at the pattern at which gaming console makers have introduced next-gen models, and you'll find near decades expiring between the Xbox One and the Xbox 360, or the PS3 and the PS4. Sadly, this growth has left gamers with no choice but to use the same CPU and the same GPU for years and years. When technology is evolving at the speed of 1,000,000 light years per second, is having the same technology running on a console for 6 or 7 years a smart idea? Worse still, even the arrival of new consoles have left gamers with libraries full of games not compatible with their new consoles. But times are a-changing.
Whole all-new Nintendo experience.
Firstly, more companies are now beginning to offer backward compatibility, which means that gamers can now play their old games on their new consoles. While Nintendo understood this need years ago, Microsoft and Sony only recently jumped onto the bandwagon.
To keep you safe from harm.
What else? New video game consoles are now catching up to pace. Like Sony, in no less than 3 years, announced their next-gen gaming consoles. While one is slimmer, lighter and more energy-efficient version of the existing PlayStation 4 console, the other, called the PS4 Pro, belongs to the next league. It will not only support Sony's upcoming virtual reality headset, but will also offer a 4K resolution. Part of the same race, Microsoft has also announced the slimmer Xbox One S along with Project Scorpio, which will directly compete with the PS4 Pro. Microsoft claims Project Scorpio, a next-generation Xbox console, will also support virtual reality and ultra-high-resolution gaming. The cherry on top, these models, instead of replacing the old ones, will complement the existing models. And with virtual reality reviving the gaming sector, the future of this industry looks brighter than ever.
Oh man, I can't wait to play the Project Scorpio. How awesome does that look?
You boys and your toys.
Well, funny you say toys, because there was no way we were going to end this episode and not talk about the top games coming out on the next-gen consoles this year.
Of course, we had a lot of games to choose from, so we narrowed it down to the top 5. Check it out.
Two 2016 is an exciting year for anyone who loves games. This year's E3 has already given us loads of excellent titles to look forward to. From blockbuster staples to experimental titles from small studios. Of course, with so many titles to choose from, we could be here all day. So the Tech It Out team has selected the biggest and most interesting games on the horizon. First on our list is The Last Guardian, and it's almost too good to be true. Following 8 years in development, it seemed like The Last Guardian would forever be a pipe dream. But it turns out that not only is The Last Guardian alive, but it's also coming to the PS4 in December 2016. In The Last Guardian, you play as a young boy exploring an empty fantasy world alongside his giant eagle lion dog friend, who helps you to solve puzzles with a little training. Most of the game is shrouded under mystery, but the fact that its existence is very much real is great news for puzzle-loving gamers everywhere.
Open space gave way to an insurgency.
We will eradicate the authority of the earth!
Moving away from the fictional modern and future conflicts of modern warfare and advanced warfare, along with ignoring the alternate future of the absurd Black Ops series, Infinity Ward has taken to space.
Take our homeland.
We will break that!
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare wasn't on our radar as a game to look forward to, mostly due to Activision's insistence of annual releases, but its first E3 gameplay trailer completely blew us away.
Inbound! All stations, shots fired! Hold up!
Very little is known about its story or setting, but you can sign us up for zero-gravity shootouts and space dogfighting any day of the week.
This place isn't yours anymore. Kill them. Save the bullet.
Created by Guerrilla Games, best known for its first-person shooter Killzone, Horizon Zero Dawn is unlike anything the Dutch studio has made before.
Here we go! Oh, someone's angry!
Placing you in the boots of its heroine Aloy, Horizon takes place after the fall of humanity. in a world where robotic dinosaurs roam around for some odd reason.
Got it!
It sounds utterly bizarre, but its open-world gameplay, fantastic visuals and curious setting makes it worthy of a spot on our list. The ever-popular Final Fantasy franchise is set to add a new game to the new generation consoles later this year. It's an open-world adventure that is the first of the numbered series to feature action-oriented combat in real time. And honestly, it looks amazing. Now, no gaming list is truly complete without a racing title thrown into the mix. And we have to admit that Gran Turismo Sport is shaping up rather nicely. Not only will it feature a single-player campaign, sports mode and arcade mode, but it's also fully compatible with the PlayStation VR.
Welcome to the first FIA Gran Turismo Championship. Step for the two leaders, and Tichney and Marstella go very wide. Let's have a look.
Interestingly, the game developers have decided to ditch dynamic weather and the day-night cycle. While that may disappoint some, you'll still be able to drive 137 cars across 19 locations and 27 tracks.
These cars come across the start-finish line.
Oh, and it looks pretty stunning.
This is incredible! These are going to be the second place into a right-hander!
Okay, well that's all the time we have on this episode of Tech It Out. We hope you enjoyed our gaming special. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach us out on Facebook, Twitter and also Instagram.
And for all the news and other updates, keep watching WION. We'll see you same time next week.